I'm Bill Ritchie. You see me here cleaning plates, the plates that I'll be using to test press number 61. Getting on my apron, getting started, getting the plates polished up a little bit. Here we go.
Here, I want to show you what I'm doing. I'm making a display. This is going to be a poster. Look at this one over here I made, for example. This poster shows all the parts that go into the mini Halfwood, just the steel parts. And now I'm setting up a shot for all the parts that go in the box. So I had to show two boxes, one closed, one open, and then all the things that go in the box. This is the little stamp that I use to seal the box when I'm all done. That's the user's manual. And these are postcards, business card, that kind of thing. And that's the little tiny book that goes with each press. And this is what the box looks like when it's open. Has a certificate of authenticity in it, and that little black thing is to lift things out when you want to get things out of the box. And this is the test plate. I make one little new test plate that goes with the press and a little book that goes inside. These are the blankets for the press. This is one of the two screws that's used to hold the base down to the shipping board, which is underneath. This is the Allen wrench that we use for tightening the set screws on the wheel periodically. Just make sure they're tight. This is the other thumb screw for the shipping board. This is the DVD that goes with every press. It has this demonstration on it and also the 1-minute printmaker included. And this is the card that shows the test plate that was etched that I used in the test. This is all mounted and laminated when I'm finished. Hi, I'm Bill Ritchie, and it's time to test press number 61, mini Halfwood press number 61. I test all the presses that I make by printing a little copper plate etching. It's the size of a playing card, and it's part of a series of 49 etched copper plates that I'm doing. You might say I'm editioning this plate. All the designs are similar, but there are slight variations. All my supplies are laid out here. I have my Charbonnel black ink, a little clean cotton rag, some telephone book pages, my tarlatan, my little hot plate, and a rubber squeegee for spreading out the ink, spatula, ink slab, and under the ink slab, while soaking for me, is some arch cover etching paper that I'll be using, and in case I need it, some talcum powder. And here's number 61. These are the blankets. Now the press comes with brand new blankets, but I always use my own blankets when I'm doing the test, just in case something goes wrong. Now I'm all set, so I'll put out a little bit of ink. I'll be using it right out of the tube. Apply it to the plate. You'll notice that I'm working on what's called a sticky pad. It's just a household non-skid kind of plastic material that I get at a kitchen supply store or a hardware store. It keeps my plate from moving when I'm trying to spread this stiff oil-based etching ink on the plate. Sometimes it helps to warm up the plate. So I'm going to turn on my little hot plate here. My hot plate is a little travel iron, upside down, mounted inside of a box. Now the plate might get a little bit too hot to handle, so when I'm warming the plate, I put down telephone book page. That softens the ink. Oil-based ink always gets softer when it's warm. Makes it easier to spread around, and you have to be sure that the ink is down in all the textures. Now I can start the wiping. Wiping with tarlatan first. Now this process takes a little while, and it's kind of boring because I have to work slowly and bring the image up slowly and gradually. Halfwood press number 61 happens to be going to a woman not far from here who was a student of mine in the early 70s. So I thought it might be fun to show a glimpse of her, you might say candid video of her when she was a student in college. Now the image is about up, and I can switch to paper, telephone book page. This will bring up the contrast. Right now there's a heavy oil tone on the plate, and it would be a very dark print. The more you wipe it with the telephone book paper, the brighter and more contrasty the print becomes. I'll be printing 2 of these test plates. I'll be printing it twice, that is. One of them I keep for my own enjoyment, and the other one I send with the press and of course with the plate as well. Now comes the final part, the hand wipe. And for this part, it's a good idea to put a little bit of talcum powder on the heel of my hand so that none of my sticky or sweaty palm gets on the plate, because it would probably catch and skid around. By using a little bit of talcum powder, you can take off just a little more of that tone and get a little brighter print, a little more contrasty. You can see that there's a little bit of ink still coming off. Finally, with a little rag, clean the edges. The press is light, it's only 12 pounds, so sometimes it likes to slide around when you're using it if you're working on a smooth surface. So again, I use a sticky pad, some of that non-skid material under the press. Also, there are pressure settings that I have to make. I put these little pads in here just for shipping. First thing I do is I lower the rollers down all the way so that I'm sure they're starting out level, because the object is to keep them level. Then I back them off about 8 half turns. 4, 5, 8. Then I put in the blankets. The thin blanket goes in first. It's called the sizing catcher. And the thicker blanket goes in after that. Then I get it started, and then I turn it back down. Now the plate goes on the press bed, and I get my paper out of its baggie. I ran this paper under a tap for a minute, and then I put it in the baggie to soak. It comes out rather wet and glistening, and I need to blot off that excess water with some newsprint or telephone book pages. For the benefit of the video, I'll turn the press around so that you get a better view of the look. This is the first proof. My judgment is that the pressure wasn't adequate, so I'm going to tighten it down a half turn for the next proof. Okay, let's give it a second try. That's why we call them trial proofs. There's trial proof number 2. Actually, it looks pretty much like trial proof number 1. So it wasn't a matter of pressure, it's just the way the plate is at. And the press works. The test is complete. Thanks for watching. I'm Bill Ritchie. Bye-bye.